Hi data professionals, Morten here from Tabular Editor, and I'm excited to dive into the newest feature of Tabular Editor which came out this month with the April release. First off, I'm very excited to showcase the new DAX Optimizer integration that we have incorporated into Tabular Editor 3. So you can get assistance optimizing your DAX right where it lives. Second, we are continuing improving our support for direct lake models with several improvements this month. And thirdly, for all the shortcut fans out there, we have introduced new ways of navigating your DAX code. DAX Optimizer is a new service that analyzes all of your DAX and gives a roadmap for optimizing your DAX code. It's a collaboration between the SQL BI team and our very own inventor of Tabular Editor, Daniel Oettinger. Now, DAX Optimizer became generally available in the end of March, and I'm really excited to showcase how Tabular Editor integrates with this new service. Just a quick note before we take a look, this integration is a preview feature inside Tabular Editor, and there are enhancements that we want to make. But we also want to hear from you and what you think about the integration and how it can be improved. So head over to our GitHub forum and join in the discussion. Now let's zoom over to Tabular Editor and see what this integration actually does. Here I have Tabular Editor open, and if I go up into the View menu, there is now a new button that I can choose, DAX Optimizer Preview. To get started with the DAX Optimizer integration, you want to head over into the Options menu and connect to your DAX Optimizer account. Once this is done, Tabular Editor loads in your workspaces, the models you have in those workspaces, and the versions you have in those. If we take a look, I here have some different workspaces that I can choose between. So I can take my DAX Optimizer integration test workspace, and with the model space parts, I can see that I have 4 different versions uploaded to the DAX Optimizer service. Now, before we continue, just to be clear, DAX Optimizer is a paid third-party service. So to use it, you need an account with DAX Optimizer and have runs available in your account. As we can see in my Tom Explorer, I have a model open inside Tabular Editor, and I want to analyze this model and see which issues it has. The important part here is that I'm connected to a live instance of your semantic model, so it needs to be deployed either to analysis services or Power BI. The way to get started with analyzing your model is to upload the model into the DAX Optimizer service. So if I go into Options, I can press Upload, and I can choose if I want to upload it as a new model inside my workspace or as a version of an existing model. I'm going to choose a new model, and I'm going to give it a name. Tabular Editor now runs the Vertipack analyzer and automatically uploads your VPACs to the DAX Optimizer service. This is to give the DAX Optimizer service the required statistics to understand exactly how your model behaves and where the most optimization is possible. Once I've uploaded my VPACs, I need to analyze my model. Now this consumes 1 run on my DAX Optimizer subscription. I click here and say Analyze. The model is now being analyzed in the DAX Optimizer service. The model has now been analyzed in DAX Optimizer, and I can see that I have 9 open issues. I can navigate to these issues using the tabs up in the left corner, and in this tab I can see each issue along with its optimizations parameters. So I can see the relevance of it, which is how much the source issue affects the whole model. I can also, all the way on right, see which measure it is that has this issue. Double-clicking on an issue will bring me to a new window, the DAX Optimizer result window, that opens up the measure where the issue exists in and shows you exactly where in the code the problem occurs. In the right corner, I can use the Find in Tom Explorer option that lets me go to the issue that I have at hand. I can use the Tabular Editor functionality to put the DAX expression editor next to my DAX Optimizer result, and I can fix the issue directly inside Tabular Editor and save it back to my model. I also have an option to say Track Tom Explorer. When this is clicked, I can when I change measures in my Tom Explorer, the DAX Optimizer result pane will show if there are any issues with that specific measure. So I can navigate in the TOM Explorer while it shows me if there are any issues with the measures that I have selected. Additionally, another new feature in Tabular Editor in the April release is that we can obfuscate the data that the Vertipack Analyzer collects. This can be used along with the DAX Optimizer integration to obfuscate models that are being sent to the DAX Optimizer service. So if you have business logic that you do not want to share with any third party, this is a way to anonymize your model when it's being sent to the service. When obfuscated VPAX data is uploaded to the DAX Optimizer, Tabular Editor automatically keeps track of obfuscation dictionaries by storing them in your local app data on your local machine. As this is a preview feature, there are a couple of limitations that I just wanted to point out. In the DAX Optimizer results pane, for example, there are options to say fixed and ignored to your issue. However, these do not currently work inside Tabular Editor. You would still need to go into the service. Additionally, any account information that you have on the DAX Optimizer service must be handled in their portal. Tabular Editor is, for example, not able to create workspaces and manage workspaces, nor is it able to show you how many runs you have left on your account. So that's a quick introduction to the DAX Optimizer integration. As I said in the beginning, do let us know what you think about it, as we really want to know how to improve this integration as much as possible before it becomes generally available. In the April release of Tabular Editor, we've also included several enhancements of how we handle direct lake models. For example, when you create a new model, there is now an option to tick that you must choose if you want to make a direct lake model. This option sets different settings to your model, such as collation and some annotations that are used by the Fabric service for direct lake models. It also limits the amount of import sources that you can have to those that are compatible with direct lake models. So when I create a new model, I can, for example, see that when I go to my import tables, I'm only allowed the Fabric One Lake source data source that is used when creating direct lake models. Additionally, we can also see that the collation has been set to the standard that is used by Fabric. Another improvement that we made is that when you do the first deployment of a direct lake model, we automatically refresh the model to make sure that it comes into direct lake mode. Additionally, there is now a preference that is located under Preferences, Model Deployment, Data Refresh, which says that for direct lake models, an auto refresh will be performed when saving new tables. Again, this is to ensure that direct lake mode is enabled and there isn't a fallback to direct query. Those are some of the improvements that we have made to handle direct lake models inside Tabular Editor 3. The final thing that I would like to show you are the new shortcuts that we created to help you edit your DAX even better. So if I, for example, have a measure here with many foldable regions, it can be a bit hard to see what's going on, which is why we've introduced a couple of shortcuts for it. If I want to quickly fold together all those regions, I can use Ctrl-Alt-semicolon to toggle everything in. If I use the same shortcut again, everything will be expanded. If I just want to fold together one region, I can use Ctrl-Shift-semicolon to toggle that back and forth. Additionally, you can also use the squared brackets with the Ctrl-Alt or the Ctrl-Shift to collapse or expand regions. Another shortcut that we've introduced is the ability to use Ctrl-Backspace or Ctrl-Delete to delete individual parts of a text. So if I, for example, go into my date, calendar, month, year here, and I just want to delete the part of it that says month, I can use Ctrl-Backspace and delete that word. I can also use the same shortcut to delete the whole instance. So if I use Ctrl-Backspace here, it will delete the whole column name and again the whole date. This should enable you to quite easily refactor your code or find new columns in, for example, your date table. Let us know what you think about this new release of Tabular Editor in the comments below or by liking the video. If you want to be kept up to date on all things Tabular Editor, do subscribe to our channel. And lastly, do check out our training platform at learn.tabularaeditor.com, which will help you make better data models faster. And as always, thank you for your support and have fun modeling.